Hey everybody, it's Andy back for another week to help you build a career you love. Today we're going to talk about 4 simple ways to generate great ideas at work. Actually, happy Sunday to you. Today's really a continuation of something I talked about last week when I talked about 11 different strategies that I use from a journaling standpoint to run my business, to run my self-improvement, to come up with great ideas and projects and things for me to build for you, improve my community. And I want to take a deeper dive today on one of those areas that I talked about and that I alluded to, my excellence planning. And I want to talk a little bit more about that and how you can apply the same techniques that I use to come up with great ideas at work. And we are talking about the kind of ideas that help employees move through the corporate ranks that much faster because you are coming up with ideas that move the needle. So let's talk about this. So every day, for about 15 minutes or 20 minutes in the morning. I do it in the morning. You could do it whenever you have time, or you could do it once a week if that's all your schedule allows. But every morning, I think for about 15 or 20 minutes, I get away from the computer, I set my little timer on my watch, and I ask myself 5 questions. I'm going to share 4 of those with you. I'll give you the bonus one too. And I'm going to tell you the questions that I ask myself, as well as what I would ask if I was you. If I was a corporate citizen or a corporate employee, what you might be able to do for your organization. But if you're a business owner, you can certainly ask these questions of yourself to figure out how to run your business better. So let's talk about what these questions are. The first question that I ask myself, because I'm always thinking about my customers first, is what can I do to improve my service for my existing customers? So my existing customers, for example, are members of the Mile Walk Academy and people who take my training or my coaching services or are involved in some of those types of programs. For you, it might be you might have customers that you might work in a customer service capacity in your company. So what can you do to improve the level of service for your customers? But your customers might be internal teams, could be your teammates, could be other partners that you and your organization are working with. It could be a variety of different types of groups or individuals. But think in terms of who you service and what could you do to improve your level of service for them. So that's the first question. The second question I ask myself is, what can I do to improve my level of service to my community? Now, my community is you, anybody who's watching this, all the people on my Tips for Work and Life email subscription list, all my followers on my social platform, on LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, or any of the places that I reside, where I always love to have the conversation with you. That's part of my community. But if you think about you as a corporate employee and what you can do to improve the level of service for your community might be your team. It might be your company. It could be people in your market or your industry. It could be partners that you work with. It could be people who are in your networking groups where you might brainstorm together and get connected with those people to come up with ideas as a group. But really anybody could be part of your community, but think in terms of who that might be. What could you do to improve your level of service and engagement with your community? So that's the second question. So the third question that I ask myself is, what can I do to better market my products and my services? Now, my products and my services are my training courses and my coaching services that I offer through the Mile Walk Academy. But for you, you might think in terms of what can I do to better market my company's products and services? Anything that you can do. Now, if you're in the marketing department or you're in the sales department, that might be fairly obvious, but anything that you can do to help your company increase its brand awareness or attract recognition, gather more leads, or generate more leads is a way of helping them market their services. Maybe you are a subject matter expert who could write a white paper that gets circulated off your company's website or social media that brings awareness to people who might not otherwise see it. Maybe you're a technologist that can better optimize your company's website from a search engine optimization standpoint so that when people are searching for your products and services, they are becoming better or more easily found. Anything along those lines that you can do to make your company's increase its brand awareness. That's the third great question you can ask yourself. The fourth question I ask myself is, what can I do to improve my internal systems? So as a business owner, I'm always looking for ways to do things more efficiently, optimize processes, reduce costs in any way that I can. But you as an employee can ask yourself, what can I do to improve my internal systems, whether they are your personal systems, the way you do your day-to-day exercises and activities. It could be your team's processes. It could be your company's processes. It could be your company's integration with its outside systems and partners and others that it communicates, maybe even its customers. So think in terms of ways in which you can improve it. Are you the accountant who can help your organization reduce its closing process from 15 days to 10 days because you have better, more efficient ways of doing things, systems you can build, things you can replicate? Think of anything that improves processes. All of these four questions are all aimed at either increasing revenue or decreasing costs. And these kinds of questions come up with ideas that move the needle. If you are coming up with ideas, now you don't have to implement all these ideas by yourself, but the fact that you are spending some time each day trying to think outside of the day in and day out grind and all the things that you go through to try to rush through your day, to hurry up and finish your activities, this will give you a chance to step back for a few minutes with an uncluttered mind and come up with great ideas that will ultimately help you and your organization move forward. Now I mentioned that I have 5 questions that I asked myself every day. You just heard the first 4. The bonus one is, what should I stop doing? So I always think about, what is it that I do that I should no longer do? Or what is it that I'm doing that if I would have known then when I started this activity, what I know now, would I have started this activity? Maybe it's time to stop. You get the picture. But stopping certain things or delegating certain things free up time for you to work on these new projects for these ideas that you're going to generate. So I hope you enjoyed those 4 questions. If you're loving this, give me the thumbs up. If you are watching this anywhere other than the Tips for Work and Life blog or my YouTube channel, hop over to those sites for much more, and make sure you are subscribed to this YouTube channel because I've got new videos every Sunday and Tuesday, and I have live office hours every Thursday. You can ask me anything you want. It'll help me get to know you better and help me be a better coach to you. Until next week, have a great one.